This was a very nice true 35th anniversary package Mustang GT, performance red, and it was a nice car, and the owner really enjoyed the car, but unfortunately it had a problem where he explained that the fuel rails came loose, and when the fuel rails come loose, the injectors can come loose and start spraying fuel out of them, which is bad because then it goes down onto the hot engine, usually down onto the sides of the engine, onto the exhaust manifolds where they're extremely hot, and it catches on fire, and unfortunately this car burned to the ground. This is really sad to see such a nice Mustang on fire, burning to the ground, and especially an anniversary edition Mustang GT. And of all the cars out there, it's really sad to see this as such a nice collectible and good looking car burning to the ground. Some cars, if they burn to the ground, people might be happy. Some people don't care about their cars. Some cars are just, to get people from point A to point B, and they don't even care about them all. They never wash them, never take care of them. But this is a really nice performance red Mustang GT, and unfortunately it caught on fire. The owner of the car decided to part it out, and I don't really blame them. I think this car has a lot of damage and there's a lot of problems with it at this point. You can see it still has a lot of really good parts on it, like the anniversary side skirts, the anniversary scoops, the anniversary spoiler, a lot of good parts, solid axle, the rear GT bumper, lots of good stuff on here, so I don't blame them for parting it out. I hope that all these parts find a good home, and I think they will, because a lot of people are interested and they were showing interest in this. And this did spark the conversation for 35th anniversary Mustangs and being destroyed, and in the comments somebody had mentioned that they found one in a pick-apart, and the car that they found in a pick-apart was a flood car. So here's what's left of the flood car. It's a convertible car, but you can still see it has the anniversary wheels on there and the side skirts, and even though the seats are in it, maybe they can be cleaned up, but they looked pretty gross, but they could be cleaned up. Here's the flood car's VIN number and the information on that in case that was ever valuable to somebody. But you can see this car looked like it had a lot of nice things on it still, and it looked like it was in decent shape. And people in the comments said that they knew about this car in the wrecking yard, the pick-apart, and they went and got the wheels, they got the side skirts and scoops, they got a lot of things off of it, the honeycomb deck lid panel, so at least the parts were saved off of it. But it's really too bad because the car still looks pretty complete, and it looked like it was still okay. But flood cars have issues because the fuse boxes and everything get wet, and then they start to corrode over time, and then all of a sudden you have things not working or possibly a fire. And it's not always that way, and I know people who have flood cars that have been just fine and they drive them around just fine. So basically it's a risk that the insurance companies don't want to take on getting the car fixed or cleaned up. They'd rather just salvage it out and not have it be a problem that's going to come back to bite them at some point. So here's another example of a Mustang GT 35th anniversary that's gone. And I mean, looking at the wheels, I love those anniversary wheels. They're the same as the other GT wheels, just polished, and they have the painted dark argent inserts on the wheels, and so they look really good. I like those wheels. So hopefully a lot of the pieces off this car were saved, and that led the conversation to someone else saying that they bought one that a kid had spun out in the snow and hit it into a guardrail or something and twisted the body, tweaked the unibody, and the guy was able to buy that car for about $800 because the kid didn't have a title and he just sold the car as it was. So even though this car is sitting and can't really be used because it doesn't have a title and the unibody's twisted, the parts will live on. And I think the guy said he was actually going to pull the engine out and put it in a silver GT he had that needed an engine. So really too bad. I would like to see these cars still be usable at some point, but a lot of people have them and they're going to use them for parts as time goes on. But you can see the spoiler, deck lid panel, all the 35th anniversary parts there on this car. And so that reminds me of the white one that I found in a pick apart. Here you can see it still had the seats inside even though they were in pretty bad shape. Door panels look pretty good. No mock audio system. I thought that was interesting. Side skirts were still there. I should have got those off. And of course the black 35th anniversary that I tried to buy recently and the guy would not sell it to me. I asked him 3 times and this car was rare, and there's the honeycomb deck lid panel, you know, really nice car. Sad to see it, and I really tried to get that car, but the guy parted it out. So I remember even another one that I had pictures of, and it was a Vortec car, but the guy just wanted to part it out because he wanted to sell the parts off it. But this did stir the conversation of ones that still exist, people saying how many are out there, and a couple people did say, hey, I still have one, I have one, and you know, they're really nice cars. One being this black one. You can see it has the wheels, you can see the scoops, the spoiler, everything on there. They've added the side tape stripes, what Ford calls them. Those are usually on a V6, but that one says Mustang GT. And then there's this really nice performance red one, and I believe this is the same car, and it's sitting like this and put away. So really nice car. I like seeing that picture. It makes me happy to see someone taking good care of them, and nice to see them put away like that. I think that these cars could be a little more valuable in the future. I think the 35th anniversary cars aren't as well known, the true 35th anniversary ones. I mean, people who have, you know, a normal Mustang for that year would have the 35th anniversary badge on the fender, and they think it's a true 35th anniversary car. But as far as the anniversary package goes, there are a few of these out there. So it's cool to see them when you can. So there was a 35th anniversary GT used in a Ford Mustang commercial. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can watch it. It's pretty funny, about a girl that goes to the DMV to get her driver's ed test, and a race driver gives her the test, and they're going around in this GT, spinning around corners and burning out and stuff. So pretty cool to see, and it was a 35th anniversary car, so really awesome to see that and recognize what the car is. But anyway, I love these cars. It's really sad to see them getting wrecked or burned or parted out, but their memory can live on, and at least they got some use. And so if you have one of these cars, that's really awesome. You have something special and enjoy it. And for any Mustang you have, that's really cool to have as well. So enjoy your cars, drive them, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And stay tuned for more Mustang content.